Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful Cozy Grace beanie. I make this Cozy Grace beanie to wear with my Cozy Grace cardigan. I love it so much. I use the same stitch with the cardigan at the front panel, and I want to let you know that this moment I'm having a pre-order of this Cozy Grace cardigan. If you make a pre-order now before the pattern release, which is going to be on 22nd of December, you will also get a written pattern of this beanie for free, because I want to give you something beautiful that you can make and wear, as I said, like I did. Oh, I have so much fun. Alright, I hope you having a good day, and let's get started with this crochet Cozy Grace beanie. Wow, look at that stitch. I love it. I hope you love it too. So let's make this beanie together. In this project, I choose to use this beautiful red eco+merino wool from Cascade yarn, and this is 100% Bolivian merino wool. The yarn, before we start, I want to show you the yarn a little bit. The yarn is come in this form and it's quite huge. One skein is 478 yards. 478 yards. I never seen big skein of yarn like this before, and it said also hand washed with 30°. So yeah, hand wash, lay flat to dry. So if you choose this yarn as me, make sure you also hand wash your piece. When you got the yarn like so, you need to winder the yarn into a bowl before. Every time when I take the label out, I keep them, because then I know what yarn it is after I winder into the bowl. Not every time, just lately I have to be honest, because some of the yarn I lost the label. But yeah, from now on I'm just gonna keep the label every time. So I keep already one. After you take the thing out, the label out, you're gonna have to take out the yarn. I wanted to show you how big the skein is. Super huge, like it's actually out of the camera. So you have to winder the yarn. I also have a video show you how I winder my yarn. I put the link in description box below and also up here in the card. When you winder the yarn, you will have, from this, you will have something like this. So cool, nah? It's the very first time that I winder the yarn, and it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's every time like that, but because this time it's so huge, I can see it so clear. They're like weaving, it looks like they're weaving itself into the skein. So when I winder into the bowl, I just tie the knot outside, because I like to take the yarn from the inside, so my yarn is not going to, running around. I also have a little knot here that I can just like slip knot I pull out. So we're gonna use this yarn for this project, and this yarn is a bulky weight yarn. It's bulky weight yarn in the website, size 5, I think. Yeah, bulky weight yarn is size 5, and you will need a hook. It said that in the label you need a hook, 6mm hook, but I'm going to use different hook. I'm going to use a hook, 8mm hook for this project. And you will need also a measurement tape if you make for someone else. Even for myself, I always use the measurement tape. And then you also will need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. I have a yarn needle somewhere here. So let's get started with this project. First, I have to say that this time I make this project along with you together with speaking, because usually I just try it out if it's gonna work or not, and then I have a voiceover later on. But now I'm just gonna do this way because it's gonna save me a lot of time, and kind of excited to do this way with you. What we're gonna do, we're gonna start with slip knot. There are many ways to make slip knot. My way is like this. I take the hook on top of the yarn, and then I twist. I take the yarn, pull through. This is how I learn, but you can make a slip knot in any way you like. And we're gonna start with the ribbing. So the ribbing is a multiple of 2. And you're just gonna make perhaps 5 chain. Then you take out your hook from the loop, and here at the first chain you put your hook there, and now you take the hook back into the loop that you leave, the last one here. You put your hook there like so, and now you're just gonna keep making chain. This way it won't twist. So make long chain of the number that will fit your head. So here I'm at 51 and now 52, and from here I'm just gonna pull this yarn through this loop that I was inside when I showed you before, and now you can see magically turn into a ring without twist. So cool, no? You can check again if you're not sure. But it's, yeah, so nice. And now you're going to chain 1 from here, and you're gonna add 1 single crochet now from the second, this one, not from the one that you slip stitch, but the next one. You're gonna add single crochet in each stitch across. In my case, I will have 51 single crochet because I lost one at the slip stitch. So go ahead, do single crochet. This is how I do single crochet. If you want to see slow, I'm gonna show you one time, but it's very simple. You're just gonna put the hook into loop, take the yarn, pull through. You have 2 loops in your hook, take the yarn, pull through 2. That is a single crochet. Now I got my 50, and I have to do one more time. 51. I check again if it's twist. It's not twist. It's perfectly aligned. And now you're going to slip stitch in the first. Here you can see where you're gonna slip stitch where you chain 1 actually. So it's quite tiny. You have to try to poke the hook in there. It's possible, but you just have to try. But if you feel like cannot poke the hook, you can use small hook to help. But yeah, now we get it. And now you're gonna slip stitch here. Oops. Here, come out, sorry. Just come out. So try again one more time around your head if it fits you. Now that we have row 1, we're gonna continue with row 2. Row 2, you're just gonna chain 2. You're gonna skip the first single crochet here. You see, chain 2, and the first single crochet is this one. You skip that one. You add 1 single crochet into the next one. And now the next chain, the next stitch, the next single crochet stitch, you're gonna add double crochet. And here how you do double crochet. You take the yarn in the hook, you poke into these 2 loops, take the yarn, pull through the loops. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Take the yarn, pull through 2. Now take the yarn again, pull through 2. and this is how you make a double crochet. And now you're going to repeat these 2 stitches across this ring. So the next single crochet, you're gonna add single crochet. You already learned how to make single crochet. And then the next one, you're gonna add double crochet. One more time, I show you slowly. This is how you do a double crochet. So you're gonna do that across the ring. So here the last stitch, you will be finished your last stitch with double crochet. I already have my double crochet, and now you're gonna slip stitch in the second chain. You see where you start the second one, you're gonna slip stitch there. That's how you finish your second row. For the third row, you're gonna chain 1, and you're just gonna add 1 single crochet in each stitch across. This time we just add 1 single crochet, first single crochet in the first single crochet from previous row. So there is no skipping or anything, just add 1 single crochet in each stitch across until the end of the row. And now I finished row 3. I'm about to slip stitch. I just want to show you one more time that your last single crochet should be on top of double crochet from the last row, the previous row. Don't add more, because if you don't stop here and you add another one, you're gonna accidentally increase the stitch. So make sure that your last single crochet should be on top of double crochet from row 2. And now you're going to slip stitch. Now it's gonna be a little challenge because your chain 1 is kind of small. It's here, is your chain 1 over here, no? So now you just have to, let me see, just have to try to poke the hook in here. I like to already make some space first, oops, before you really go in. So now if you want, you can just use my technique. I kind of making a hole a little bigger, and now you're going to slip stitch there. You see, this way is easy to poke in. Now you're done with your row 3. Now let's continue with row 4. For row 4, you're gonna chain 2, and you're gonna add 1 single crochet into this next single crochet. And now gonna come the challenge part. You see the next one also single crochet, but what we're going to do, we're going to add front post double crochet. But where is double crochet? Double crochet is here in the second row. You see, here's the double crochet. So what you're going to do, you're going to do a front post double crochet down here. So you kind of like go over the single crochet, the next one, and you go down to do front post double crochet from the second row. So from 4th row, you come to 2nd row to do a front post double crochet, like so. So kind of you are ignore the single crochet from the 3rd row, because the single crochet is still here. You don't do anything there. And now you go on to the next single crochet. Don't miss anything. This is the one that you skip. This is the one that behind the double crochet, behind the front post double crochet. So the next one, it should be this one. You see here? So go there and add single crochet. And now you see again, next one single crochet, but down there is double crochet. So you always going to do a front post double crochet around the double crochet from 2nd row. And I'm going to show you slowly how to do front post double crochet. Front post double crochet is like making double crochet, but you're going to wrap around the double crochet, the one that you want to post around. So you take the yarn as if you're going to do a double crochet, and in this case our double crochet is in 2nd row, like so. You take the hook pull back behind and then back to the side. So you can see that now double crochet is kind of at the front of the hook. That's why they call front post, because you go around it. Now from here you take the yarn, you pull through just as if you're going to do double crochet. Now you have 3 loops in hook. Take the yarn again, pull through 2 loops. Now take the yarn again, pull through 2 loops. And here how you do front post double crochet. One more time I show you. You see, you kind of like ignore the single crochet from 3rd row, and now you're going to add a single crochet into this one. Is the next one. Don't skip and don't miss anything. If this is still too fast for you, stop the video and go back to see how I do it. I'm going to show you one more time. Front post double crochet. I know this is really tricky and challenging for those who are beginner and already have a headache with front post double crochet, but now I take you even further. You do a front post double crochet from row 2. Take the yarn, go to this double crochet, you poke the hook to the back, and then you go back up again to the front. And now you're gonna take the yarn, wrap around, pull through. Now you have 3 loops in hook. Take the yarn, pull through 2, take the yarn, pull through 2. And this is the pattern of row 4. Now you're going to add a single crochet into the next one. Again, make sure just this one that you didn't do anything, so the next one you have to add a single crochet. You see? Make sure when you do this row, you are not watching television or do anything else. Otherwise, you're going to mess it up. I'm pretty sure about that. And now, you're going to do it again. Take the yarn. You see? You're going to be very happy when you see the result, because this is super beautiful when it's done. So now here, a double crochet, poke the hook there, up. Take the yarn, pull through, have 3 loops in hook, take the yarn, pull through 2, take the yarn, pull through 2. And again, just make sure you only skip one, and then the next one, the next single crochet, you add single crochet. And when I say skip because you didn't do anything in that single crochet, you rather go down and do the front post double crochet in row 2 instead. One more time, and I'm gonna leave you by your own. Take the yarn, go down to row 2 where is double crochet, standing there, poke the hook in, up. Now again, front post, take the yarn, pull through. Now you have 3 loops, take the yarn, pull through 2, take the yarn, pull through 2. Here we go. Now the next one, just add single crochet, normally in row 3. Now you're gonna do that again. I really like it, this design. I found it so beautiful to have kind of like a layer, very beautiful texture to create the ribbing this way. So go ahead, do this, and I meet you at the end of the row. You can already see it's so nice already. Now I'm at the last front post double crochet I have to go through. So now gonna show you one more time. Go to front post double crochet from row 2. Next one is single crochet, and then I have 1 single crochet left, and this is how you finish your row 4. And row 5 is going to be a repeat of row 3, but first we have to slip stitch. So you're going to slip stitch in the 2nd chain here of the beginning chain where you chain 2, slip stitch there. Now you chain 1, And now you're going to add 1 single crochet in each stitch across. Again, this is like repeating row 3, and you're going to repeat row 3 and row 4. So here I finished row 6, which is the repeating of row 4, and now I'm gonna add 1 more row, which is row 7, gonna be a repeating of row 3, as I have already mentioned. But the thing is, before we do the single crochet row, we need to count the stitch, how many stitch we have. Although we know that we should have 51, because we start with 52 and then we slip stitch 1, we lost 1, so we have 51. But in the process on row 2 we also skip 1 stitch, so this row we more likely to have 50 stitches. So you're gonna count. If you do exactly like me, you will have the same number. I already count. I have 50, like I have mentioned. I have imagined. And now, in order to make the beanie, the pattern for the body of the beanie, that pattern is the multiple of 4. So I will need to have 52 stitches before we start that pattern. So I have to go back to 52, meaning that I have to add 2 more stitches in row 3, in row 7, which is the repeating of row 3. And that being said, I'm going to increase 2 stitch. I just put wherever. I'm just gonna maybe put 1 here and put 1 here, so that's not so obvious. So I'm just gonna do single crochet around and just add 1 more here and 1 more here to have 52, because 52 is a multiple of 4. If you have a different number than mine, just do a calculation what is the multiple of 4 and how many more stitches you have to add up to be able to match with the multiple of 4. So this row, just like row 3, you chain 1, and or maybe I'm just gonna do directly 1 here and 1 here, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I want them to be opposite, so they're not so close to each other. When I do increasing for myself, I mean in my way of doing increasing, I try not to make the piece to be too obvious. When, you know, if you put them next to each other, then they're kind of like a little bit more in one side and the other. I don't know, for me it doesn't look nice. So I'm gonna start already 1 single crochet, into the next single crochet here. Just this is how you would do in row 3. It's a repeating row. And now I'm just gonna add 1 more, which is I'm increasing right now. And now the next one, I'm just gonna add only 1 single crochet like usual. And as I say, when I arrive here, I'm just gonna do 1 more increase, and in the end of the row I should have 52 single crochet. So now we have already finished this row 7, which is a repeating of row 3, and I'm about to slip stitch at the chain 1 here. So we have increased 2 single crochet. Now we're matching up with the multiple of 4, which now we have 52 single crochet. For the beanie part, we're going to chain 1. And now we're going to single crochet into this first single crochet. We chain 2. Now we're gonna add 4 double crochet in the same stitch of where we add the single crochet. We create a little bit of kind of, some people call it shell stitch. For me, it's more like a fan. I don't know. So here, when we first slip stitch, chain 2, no, slip stitch, chain 1, and then we add 1 single crochet, we chain 2, and in the same where we add single crochet, we just add 4 double crochet. And now we're going to skip the next 3 stitches. Can count 1, 2, 3, and now on the 4th one we're going to add a single crochet, and now we're going to repeat this thing here over and over again. I show you one more time. So now we're going to chain 2, and in the same stitch where we just add the single crochet, we're going to add 4 times of double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this is our pattern of this row. You're going to again skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and then you're just gonna add 1 single crochet into the next one. And now just keep repeating this one again and again until you got here, and I meet you there. So now we come to the end of the row. We're going to also add a single crochet. We skip 1, 2, 3 like usual. We add a single crochet here, and now we're going to, because the design is like we're going to work backward here until round, and then backward here, so it's not going to be like in one direction. So we're just going to go here and then back there. I will show you. So now we have to, in order to come up here and go back this direction, I want to slip stitch. So now we're going to add a slip stitch. I'm gonna start already in this single crochet over here. You remember the first single crochet? I'm gonna start with slip stitch there, so it's neater when I start from there. 1, and then I just gonna poke into this chain, and again I slip stitch 2 times. And because now the chain is quite small, you can try to poke the hook there, but if not, you can also go to this chain space and again do 1 more slip stitch. You should not make more than 3 slip stitch. 3 slip stitch is just perfect. And now we're gonna turn our work like so, and in this single crochet, our single crochet over here before the slip stitch, we're going to add 2 double crochet over there. All right, and now you can also turn your work like this way. Now we work from the inside, so it's easier when you turn your work like so. And to continue row 2, in this chain space we're going to add a single crochet, chain 2, and now we're going to add 4 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the design, the pattern of this row. And again, you're gonna reach into this chain 2 space, and you're gonna add a single crochet, and you're gonna repeat this step over and over again until you arrive at the end. And now we come into the end, so you will see that here where we start our beginning. So now we have our last set of this design, we're going to slip stitch, not slip stitch, we're going to add one more set of these in here where this space over here, and you can already see this is where we turn from the beginning, right? Because this is the tail here and this is where we turn. So we're gonna add a single crochet and we're gonna do one more of this set of chain 2, 4 double crochet in this space. In this case it's like a slip stitch space because that was the beginning one. Now we have 4, and now we have to find where to end this one. So in order to end this one, we have to not slip stitch, I keep saying slip stitch, we have to single crochet. So we're gonna single crochet into this space. You see here, you should have something like this. You're gonna single crochet in here, and now in this you can also go into the chain space or just here in the chain, inside the chain itself. You're gonna do slip stitch 1, and you're just gonna do only one more time. This time you just do 2 slip stitch, and this is how you end this row 2, like so. Sorry. And now we are going to continue. We're gonna turn where we add the single crochet. We're gonna add 2 double crochet into that space. You see? And now we're gonna turn the work again out, and we're gonna continue by going to this chain space again, add single crochet, chain 2, and again 4 double crochet inside. So here we come to the end of the row again, and if you have a question like how do you know where is the end, because everything is kind of curved the same, one thing that you can check is the tail is here. So here is always the beginning of every row, and also you can see because at the beginning of every row we always have 2 double crochet to start when we turn. So you can see that, okay, here we come to the end, and you can see you have to arrive here to be able to turn again. So when you come here, you're gonna have to here this chain space, just like the row before I showed you already. You're gonna single crochet there, and again you're gonna do one more set of this chain 2, 4 double crochet in that chain space or that space. And then you will come here because you have to kind of like come to here to be able to turn to the other round, to the other side. So again, you're gonna come here in this stitch. You can see this is the stitch from the single crochet from previous row. Then you're gonna add single crochet here. And now to be able to turn, now you kind of like complete this row. All right, but to be able to turn back there, you have to slip stitch. As I say, I like to slip stitch into the chain stitch itself because that's how I like, but you can just slip stitch into the chain space if you want. And now the next one, I'm just gonna slip stitch into the chain space. And now you're gonna turn. Now we're gonna prepare for the next row, and from now on you're just gonna repeat this again and again and again and again, as many rows as you want. And this is how it looks so far. If you do not want to have 10 inches, you can just try it on and see how it fit on your head. It's actually, the length is already good. As you can see here, I can just close it, but I need to have one row of finishing rows, or finishing round you would call, before I sew it in as a drawstring to close on the top and add the pom-pom later on. I can already do that if I want like that. So you can see the light is not that great anymore in my room, so I'm gonna try to show you how to finish off this row. Now I just slip stitch up here, the second one, and what I'm gonna do, I'm going to add one chain here, and I'm going to add a single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. I add 4 single crochet on each of the double crochet of this one. Okay, I'm gonna zoom. Okay, I hope you still can see it. And now for the next one, I'm going to add, because this one is a little bit lower, the level is not the same, I'm going to add 1/2 double crochet on top of the first double crochet, okay, to level, like to make it into the same level. And then to the next one, I'm going to add single crochet, 1, 2, 3, okay. And I'm just gonna skip this chain space. I don't do anything. Also that chain space, I didn't do anything, you see. And now I'm gonna, again, to level it up, the first double crochet of the next set of this stitch, I'm gonna add the same thing, 1/2 double crochet, and then the next one I add single crochet in each of the next 3 stitch, which is on top of the double crochet stitch of this one, because we have 4, right? So now I'm just gonna repeat that. The first double crochet stitch of this one, I add 1/2 double crochet, and then add 1 single crochet in each of the next 3. So go ahead, do that until you arrive at the beginning, and I will show you what is the next step. Alright, so now I come to the beginning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch here with the first, here I have first chain at the beginning, just slip stitch there, chain 1, and now you're gonna cut the yarn, and you're going to use a yarn needle. So it's very simple. Do you know how to do a drawstring? So that's what we're going to do. What I'm doing, that I thread the needle like so, and I'm just gonna poke the needle into this one. Zoom. Okay, and do like that, back and forward in each stitch, like this, and then I pull, so it's gonna make like a drawstring. Again, you can do in every 2 stitch, but I prefer to do every stitch. Okay, so this is my one. I didn't make a knot yet. I will do. Just try it on, and I really like it. It's not really slouchy. It's not really slouchy like I have promised you. But I think it's nice. I like this style. Close up look to see the stitch. I hope you like it. So now what you have to do, you just have to, this string here, you see, you're gonna use the yarn needle, this one, to finish it. Just poke it inside. I think you can do this now and make a knot and make it nice, and then add the pom-pom. I'm gonna make a big pom-pom and add the pom-pom, but now it get a little bit late, so I'm gonna continue to film with the big pom-pom and show you how I attach the big pom-pom. But it's very easy. If you want to know how to make pom-pom, I also have a video over here. Have a look how I make the pom-pom, and yeah, I show you when it's finished. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and look at that big pom-pom. I love the big pom-pom. Check it out how I make this pom-pom as well. Yeah, I see you next video. Let me know in the comment below if you enjoyed this video. See you later. Bye bye.